those who have youth on their side, they control the future.
During World War II, the German youth played a major part in Hitler's strict Nazi regime. The Hitler Youth were one of the most superior youth organizations in the world at the time. These youth groups, powered by Hitler, still carry an infamous reputation worldwide. However, many people nowadays don't really understand how the German kids were involved in this Nazi movement. German children and teenagers were encouraged to attend many youth denominations of the Hitler Youth. 10 to 14-year-old boys attended the Deutsches Jungvolk, otherwise known as the German Young People or Cubs. It was normal for the boys to take an oath when they entered the Deutsches Jungvolk.
Hi, Hitler! In the presence of this blood banner which represents the Führer, I swear to devote all my energy and
Girls of a similar age chose to join the Jungmannbund, also known as the League of Young Girls. Older boys from the ages of 14 to 18 attended the infamous Hitler Jugend, recognized worldwide as the Hitler Youth. The Hitler Youth was formed in 1926, and by 1932, 108,000 youths between the ages of 10 and 18 had joined. Girls and boys were kept separate as Hitler felt that the sole role for women in Germany was motherhood, producing boys for the German army. At first, the girl units were not very popular until attendance became compulsory in 1936. There were many strict rules, such as boys were never to be seen in uniform with girls.
go there!
And that no member of the Hitler Youth should buy any products from a Jewish shop. Hitler considered the Nazi youth movement to be very important, as it meant that the government could have complete control of the new generation. Youth activities were much like the ones included in previous scouting programs. After the Nazi takeover, scouting was abolished in order for Hitler to enforce his strict regime. Outdoor camping and hiking was especially emphasized upon. The difference between the Hitler Youth and scouting was more with how the program was run in strictness. Hitler thought that his youth organizations had the basic motivation of training the future Aryan supermen and soldiers. Physical and military training was very important in the Nazi regime. Teenagers were taught to give up their bodies to the national cause, and so a strong emphasis was put on physical fitness.
Tonight on BBC Panorama, Marta and Sian investigates what really goes on in the Hitler Youth camps.
It's 1936 and I'm here at a Hitler Youth camp undercover. Let's see what we find out.
Sit on the floor because I want to be comfortable here.
So, what's it like in the youth camp?
I think the Hitler Youth camps are very fun because
I think the Hitler Youth camp is very good because we can camp and we can hike and do boxing. Is that what you call it? Yeah, boxing. It is also fun to build our strength and use weapons. It's very good.
sometimes the older boys bully us.
That is only because the leaders let us.
It is very hard sometimes, and I only join the Hitler Youth because it is compulsory now.
Go to sleep now.
After such an interesting scene in the cabin, I decided to follow Friedrich van Dukenstein around the camp.
So, what sort of activities does your sister do?
My sister is part of the Bond Duches Model. It's like a girl version of the Hitler Youth.
Could you explain that in more detail?
They go on lots of marches and camps, but they do the, how do you call it, the looking after the babies and cleaning the house. She wants to join because she wanted to get out of the house, and my parents are very controlling. She says it's very boring though. As seen in this short clip, youth exercises were run with military precision. The youth uniform was also very army-orientated, comprising of black shorts and a brown shirt. Particularly for physical activities, youths were made to wear white vests in place of the normal brown shirts.
The Nazis placed great emphasis on the learning of history to show the greatness of the Nazis, biology to create race science which highlighted the superiority of the Aryan race, and PE to get boys fit for the army and girls fit to be mothers.
Hans, I have been watching you and have decided that you have a very good leadership skills. So the headmaster and I would like to give you the opportunity of attending a party leadership school where you will be amongst the better students.
Although many German parents were committed Nazis, others were apolitical and even anti-Nazi. Boys in these families did not understand why their parents thought differently to what they were being taught at school and at the Hitler Youth.
Grandpa Hans! Grandpa Hans!
Yes.
I hear you're in the Hitler Youth.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing some of your personal experiences?
Could you repeat that?
Do you mind sharing some of your personal experiences with
yes. When I was a young chap, I recall my father being called up for the military service. I heard him talking to my mother one day in the kitchen. He was saying something like, if someone doesn't shoot Hitler, then he would lead us into ruin. As a boy, I was shocked to hear something like that from my father, and I thought that I would even report him to the officials.
Like Grandpa Hans, many boys in the Hitler Youth thought that it was their duty to become a Nazi soldier, and when they were finally enrolled into the army, they thought that they would be considered as real men. However, several youth resistance groups began to form. The Edelweiss Pirates combined both girls and boys on equal ground. They often turned lyrics of Hitler Youth songs into protest songs. The White Rose Group of university students who distributed seditious pamphlets around the town.
Hello.
Hitler is a madman.
Goodbye.
The Swing Kids were young upper-class adults who gathered in cities to listen to jazz. They also allowed Jews to join.
Hi, Hitler. Who is the leader of the Swing Kids? I am. In the name of the Führer, you are arrested.
Although these types of resistance groups were not violent, many group leaders were publicly executed for going against the Führer. Although new Nazi followers are generated from these youth groups, it is a fact that Hitler was in full control of one of the most powerful generations to come in the 20th century, the youth of Germany.